Welcome to Yoga with Subhash. In today's segment, we'll be practicing a pranayama practice called the sectional breathing. In this practice, we sectionalize the lungs into three segments: the top, middle, and the bottom segment. And then we consciously try to breathe into each of these segments individually. And the breaths that we take are what's called the Ujjayi breath, which is to constrict the passage at the base of the throat while you inhale and exhale. And when you do that, you create a slight hissing sound. It's the sound which sounds like an ocean wave sound. It's a soft sound, and it makes the breath very deep and long in terms of duration. So let's get started. We'll begin by becoming aware of the top segment of the lungs and mentally visualize that when we breathe in, we are breathing into the top segment. So place the hands on top of the head with the fingers interlocked and pull the elbows back, shoulders back. And when you inhale, turn the palms up and begin to raise the arms and hands up toward the ceiling. Pull the hands and shoulders up. Pause for a brief moment. As you exhale, turn the palms down and then bring the hands back on the head. Keep going. Inhaling, we turn the palms up. Pull the hands and shoulders up. Remember, these are soft Ujjayi breaths. Exhaling, turn the palms down and then bring the hands back on the head. Long and deep breaths, visualizing that you're breathing into the top segment of the lungs. Keep going for a couple more breaths. And if it's convenient, keep the eyes closed to internalize the entire experience of this practice. You're fully focused on your breath and the movement of the arms and hands and the movement of the air all the way into the lungs. Let's finish at the end of the next full cycle of breathing. When you finish the exhalation, when the hands come back on top of the head, release the hands down and then rest in the neutral position in your comfortable sitting position for a few moments. Relax. Regular breaths. And now we will get ready for the middle segment of the lungs, and this time we'll bring the hands behind the neck, interlock the fingers. Again, keep the spine comfortably tall, head in the center. We'll begin by bringing the elbows close to each other in front. And when you inhale, slowly begin to spread the elbows away from each other. Expand the chest and the rib cage sideways. Pull the shoulders back. And as you exhale, very slowly begin to soften the chest and the rib cage and bring the elbows back in front again. Remember, the awareness is at the middle part of the lungs, so you're consciously breathing into the middle segment and filling the lungs to capacity by expanding the chest and the rib cage sideways. Keep going for a few more breaths, expanding the chest, pulling the elbows and shoulders back when you inhale, softening the chest and bringing the elbows together in front as you exhale. These are long and deep, soft Ujjayi breaths. Finish the next exhalation, full sequence, complete the round. You bring the elbows back out in front, pause briefly, and then release the hands down and relax for a few moments now. Take natural, regular breaths. And next we'll shift the awareness to the lowest part of the lungs, the bottom of the lungs. And this time when we breathe in, we consciously push the diaphragm, which is the big fat muscle between the rib cage and the abdominal area, and we kind of push it down. When you do that, it fills the belly out. It kind of pulls the belly out like a big balloon. And when you exhale, at the end of exhalation, you relax the diaphragm so that the belly goes and gets sucked in like try to make a big cavity here. Now we also want to make sure that there is very little, if any, movement in the chest area. As opposed to the previous breath where we were expanding the chest, this time there is very little movement in the chest and the movement is localized in the abdominal area. You may want to put one hand on the belly, a little bit below the navel, one on the chest, just to give you a feel for where the movement is happening. So if you just want to watch one moment, let me just show you the movement of the belly. So when you inhale, belly goes out. As you exhale, sucked in. Like I said, you can place one hand on the belly and keep going now as you breathe in and out deeply. Fill the belly out as you inhale and suck it back in as you exhale. Minute pause at the end of each inhalation and exhalation. And as you finish the next cycle, complete the final exhalation. At the end of that, release the hands and bring the breathing back to your regular pattern of breath now. And then relax for a few moments. And now we will combine all these three sectional breaths into one single long and deep breath. And we call it the deep breath, three-part deep long breath. Sanskrit, you can call it the Dirgha Shwasam, that's one name. You can also, another name that's given for this pranayama is the Ujjayi Pranayama. In this one we start filling the belly first. It's like filling water into a bottle which fills up from the very bottom and then empty it from the top. So when you inhale, you will start filling the belly out first, continue the inhalation, expand the chest, and if you further inhale, lift the collarbones up. Then pause at the end of each inhalation. When you exhale, you soften the collarbones and the chest, and finally create that big cavity by sucking the belly in. Okay, so they are again soft, deep Ujjayi breaths. So get started when you're ready. Remember, the inhalation begins by filling the belly out like a big balloon, and the exhalation ends up by sucking the belly into a big cavity. But we engage the full capacity of the lungs in each breath, each inhalation and exhalation. So when you inhale, start at the belly, then expand the chest, lift the collarbones. When you exhale, soften the chest and collarbones, and then suck the belly in. A couple more deep breaths. And now when you finish the next full cycle, complete the final exhalation. And at the end of that round, release the hands and begin your natural pattern of breath now, regular breaths. And just stay very comfortable and relaxed for a few more moments. I thank you all for watching this video. I hope you'll be able to practice with it and derive all the benefits of this long and deep breathing pattern. Please visit my blog for much more detailed instructions, all the benefits and contraindications. And I look forward to having you with me for some more videos in the future. Namaste and have a wonderful day.